Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It depends on the time you're watching this video and probably where you're watching this video from, because I understand we have different subscribers from different parts of the world. Some are from Europe, we have others from Asia, some from the UK, anywhere. So thank you so much, guys. If you know you've subscribed to the channel, thank you so much. And in case you've not subscribed, please kindly go to the channel, subscribe. There is a button that you're supposed to press here. It is actually free of charge. No one is going to charge you money to subscribe to the channel. We just click that button, subscribe to the channel. That's enough. No one is going to ask you for the money to do the subscription. So thank you so much, guys. Now, today's video is kind of different. If you've been following my videos for the past weeks, I think I've done some videos about the Vatican, because this year, actually last month in April, that was 25th of April. It was actually on an Easter Monday. We received the sad news. Pope Francis died. Okay, he died at the age of 88. So it was very sad news. The whole world was saddened. But of course, it happened and it happened, and we buried him. So after burying the Pope, you know what really happens? You have to look for the new Pope, because the world, or what we call the Roman Catholic Church, cannot keep there without a Pope. So obviously, when the Pope dies, you need to try and start to look for another pope. And like I told you in my previous videos, we get a pope from the Cardinals. We have what we call the College of Cardinals. Those are cardinals from different parts of the world, and amongst themselves they sit and look for the next pope. But of course, there are also terms and conditions. Like I've always told you in my previous videos, I told you that for you to become the pope, one, you must be a cardinal. That's one. And again, you have to come. There is no need, like, whether you come from Africa, whether you come from Europe, whether you come from Asia. There is no problem as long as you meet all the qualifications of becoming the pope. And also the cardinals who vote, one, we also have terms and conditions, but among the terms and conditions is that you must not be 80 years and above. So you must be less than 80 years. So if you're 8 and above, you don't qualify to vote for the pope. For example, our cardinal from Uganda here, who is Cardinal Emmanuel Wamala, he won't be participating, or he has not actually been participating in the election of looking for the Pope, because he's around 90 years over there. So he's not supposed to engage in the election of looking for the Pope. So I'm just here to give you an update of what is happening in the Vatican, in case you're out there, you really want to know what is happening, or actually where so far the process has reached, because we expect a new Pope very soon. Probably a few days or maybe a few hours from now, we should be receiving a new Pope. Now, listen, before I tell you how far we've gone with selecting the Pope, there are certain things you must know. We have what you call the College of Cardinals. Like I told you, these are cardinals from different parts of the world: Asia, Africa, Europe, and everywhere. They sit in a chapel which we call the Sistine Chapel, and the meeting they have is called a conclave. They always have what you call a conclave. It is a very secret meeting. No one is actually allowed to be there unless you are a cardinal, and not every cardinal is allowed to sit in that Sistine Chapel in the conclave, because, like I told you, there are also terms and conditions for you to sit in that conclave to choose the Pope. You must meet the terms and conditions. So these cardinals now, they sit in the Sistine Chapel. Now, when they sit in the Sistine Chapel, they are locked inside that Sistine Chapel, and they are disconnected from the rest of the world, meaning they cannot make phone calls, they cannot browse the internet until they select a new Pope. So before the Pope is selected, those cardinals in the Sistine Chapel who are in the conclave, they are disconnected from the rest of the world. No calls, no internet, no what, until you guys, finally get a new Pope. So that's what is happening right now. Yesterday evening, uh, the cardinals elected, but of course it came out that those people never got a pope, because I'm also going to be telling you what really happens if, for example, they sit and vote, and amongst themselves they don't reach the conclusion of saying this is our new pope. Something also happens. But before we go there, like I told you today, I'm going to give you what we call an update. So the update is, so far they have, today actually it was around mid, I don't know if at what time you're watching this video, but today at around midday there, it was actually coming to 1 p.m. Those cardinals again voted, and they didn't reach a conclusion of choosing a pope. Now, let me first tell you what happens. Now, when these cardinals sit in what I've said, it's called a conclave. Because one thing you must know, this is an election which we don't see campaigns, an election which we don't see posters or something, but it's a very competitive election because amongst those cardinals, there are those who say, "Me, I would want to be the pope." So they submit their names and they vote. And by the one thing you must know, before they announce you as a new pope, you must get the two-thirds of the elections of the votes. Sorry, two-thirds of the votes. For example, right now, 133 cardinals are voting. Those are the cardinals that meet the requirements of voting. 133 of them, they are voting. So for you to be announced as the next pope, you must get two-thirds of the votes. So what happens if you don't get the two-thirds of the votes? Then they cancel the vote, and they will prepare for another vote probably. For example, yesterday they had a vote, they voted, and I think maybe two-thirds of the votes didn't, you know the Pope didn't get the two-thirds of the votes, so they had to cancel the vote. And today morning again, they sat in the conclave in the Sistine Chapel. They also, did what they did, and at around the midday, there it was approaching 1 p.m. Still, they didn't come to a conclusion, or they didn't select the Pope. So that clearly shows you that a lot really happens in that Sistine Chapel in the Vatican, because for you to be the Pope, you must meet some requirements, or there is certain criteria these people they follow, because no one knows. Like I told you, the conclave is always a very, very, very secretive meeting. They won't allow you to enter there, whether you're a journalist, whether you are a bishop, whether you are an archbishop, whether you are, unless you're among the cardinals who are allowed to vote. And even when they enter that Sistine Chapel and they start that conclave, the meeting I've told you, they disconnect themselves, or they disconnect them from the rest of the world. No internet, no phone calls, no nothing, until they get a new pope. So yesterday and today, we didn't get a pope. And this is what happens. So when they vote, and it turns out that they have not chosen the pope, or maybe the two-thirds of the votes, they didn't get the two-thirds of the votes. So this is what happens. They will get all the votes, they ban them, and when they ban them, if you have ever been to Vatican, you know this, because on top of the Sistine Chapel, there is a chimney. That chimney, when after voting, they will get those votes and burn them. So when they burn them, a smoke will come out from the chimney. So when the smoke is black, like I explained in my previous videos, that really shows people who are gathering outside there. Because if, for example, now you went to the St. Peter's Basilica there, you will find a lot of people there outside. They are waiting for that big announcement. They are waiting to hear that, okay, we now have a new pope. So they'll get those votes and burn them. So if that smoke that comes out from the chimney is black, that shows you that they have not chosen the pope. Maybe something has happened, and we shall wait for the next time. So that's what happened yesterday in the night. It was around 8 p.m. there, 9 p.m. We didn't get the pope. We saw a black smoke. Even today afternoon, it was around midday. It was coming to 1 p.m. We still didn't see a white smoke. We saw a black smoke, meaning they also didn't choose the pope. So that's an update. We are waiting for the afternoon session, maybe, because I'm very sure the Cardinals have now gone to rest, or maybe in the afternoon around 3 p.m. they'll again get back into the Sistine Chapel. They start their meetings again, and they started the voting process. Maybe today evening, you never know, before we sleep tonight, we might get a new pope, or maybe tomorrow, or maybe any other day from now. But this is what really happens now. If, for example, they get a new pope, if, for example, they vote, and it turns out that they have selected the pope amongst themselves, and then they have a new pope. Now, this is what is going to happen. Before they even announce you as a new pope, they will first ask you, do you accept? Do you accept? Because that is a very big role, I'm telling you. They will ask that person or that cardinal, do you accept to be the pope? Or maybe, do you accept now to take over this role? And if he says yes, then that means he has accepted the role of being a pope. Now they will take him to, there is a room, they call it a room of tears. Now that cardinal will be taken to a room of tears. In that room, he will have to change and wear what we call the papal vestments. Like, he will wear the white cassock. Those clothes the pope wears. Now he will change into those clothes. They're always white. He puts them on. and then the person who is in charge, I think maybe the one who heads them, he will actually come to the balcony and say some words which are habemus papa, meaning we have a new pope. A lot really happens along the way. Yeah, but just know we have different cardinals from Africa. For example, we have Robert Sala, that cardinal comes from Guinea. We also have someone called Peter Taxon, he also a cardinal, he comes from Ghana. And we also have another cardinal who is Wilfred. Wilfred comes from South Africa, and also Anthony from Rwanda. We don't know if maybe they have also contested or they have not. But one thing we are pretty sure is at least we have some cardinals from Africa who are participating in the election. Ours is not participating because our cardinal, who is Emmanuel, is around 90 years, of 90 something there. So at least that one is not going to participate, because for you to take part in the election or for you to vote, you must be below 80 years of age. So that's what is happening now. I'm going to be giving you the updates anytime from now. If, for example, we get a new pope, I will still come here and give you the updates. But as of now, we have not, we don't have a new pope. No. So far, 2 times of voting, the smoke is black. We expect, when, I don't know when we shall have that white smoke, probably maybe today in the evening, because, that morning session has been closed. We are now waiting for the afternoon session, and we see maybe if we shall have the new pope in the evening. My name is Dedan from Uganda, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Kindly subscribe, go to the comment section, tell me something you want to know, or tell me something you think about this video. So far, this is the update we have right now. We don't have a new pope. Thank you so much.